What's up everybody, it's United Weather here. In today's weather forecast video, we're going to be taking a look at our official fall forecast. We're going to be going month by month, taking a look at the precipitation and temperatures for each month across the country. And towards the end of the video, we're going to be taking a little glimpse into winter. So make sure to watch all the way till the end of the video so you don't miss that. Now, as always, before you get started, if you guys do enjoy these weather forecast videos and find them helpful, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It does help get my forecasts out to more people, and it also motivates me to make more videos for you guys. So with that being said, let's get started. So going ahead now and taking a look at the precipitation for September, as you can see, pretty much the entire central area of the country is below average in terms of precipitation. The only area that's really going to be above average is going to be right here in the southeastern United States. Obviously, hurricane season is still going on. It's still going to probably be ramping up, probably be pretty active, especially the first half of September. This does not take into account any tropical storms or hurricanes that this area could see. This is just in terms of general weather. Obviously, if there is a tropical storm or a hurricane in this area, that amount of precipitation would increase. So definitely keep that in mind. Without any hurricanes or tropical storms, you are still going to be above average in terms of precipitation down here in the southeastern United States. The Northeast, I'd say generally average precipitation. I'm not expecting anything too crazy up there, so just expect your normal precipitation for September. Western half of the country also going to be pretty average, nothing too crazy for September in terms of precipitation. Moving ahead now to October, now we start to see these more extreme colors on the map. The northeastern United States definitely going to be very below average for October. So if you're in the Northeast, expect a pretty dry October. Southeastern United States, you guys are still going to be having above average precipitation into October, so expect a very wet and stormy first 2 months of fall. Northwestern United States, Washington, Oregon, areas up here, especially towards the coast, very above average precipitation for October. Areas like California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, you guys can expect below average precipitation for October. Areas up here, Michigan, Wisconsin, by the Great Lakes, above average precipitation. And for the central part of the country, I just say again, you guys are going to be right above average for October. So a pretty average fall so far in terms of precipitation for the central half of the country. Now moving ahead to November, eastern half of the country is going to be above average precipitation. Southeast, you guys are not going to be as above average as you were for September and October, but still right around average, maybe a little bit below for areas like Florida, areas like Alabama and Georgia. The northern half of the country is going to be right around average, even a little bit above for areas by the Great Lakes, again, Michigan, Wisconsin. Also the northwestern half of the country, Oregon, Washington, Montana, you guys are going to be above average precipitation for November. Basically, the entire southern half of the country down here, especially areas like Texas, Southern California, New Mexico, Arizona, you guys are going to be having below average precipitation for November. And as you move into December, you can see generally the same thing here, especially the southeastern half of the United States now. Definitely going to be very below average in terms of precipitation for December, so expect a very dry start to winter. Northeastern United States, probably Great Lakes up here, areas that start seeing some lake effect snowfall, definitely going to be above average. If you were in northern New York State, areas up there, I'd expect to see a pretty front-loaded winter, especially because it starts snowing pretty early there in December. And now going ahead and taking a look at the northwestern United States, still very above average, so definitely going to be a very wet winter if you are in the Northwest. I'm going ahead and switching over to the temperatures here. This is for September. As you can see, pretty much the entire country is above average in terms of temperatures for the month of September, with the exception of maybe the east coast of the United States. You guys are going to be right around average, maybe a little bit below, as well as Southern California. You guys also might be a little bit below average in terms of temperatures for September, but definitely going to be above average, definitely going to be a warm September for much of the country. Moving ahead now to October, really no relief for any part of the country. Even the east coast of the United States is going to be above average now. You can see this kind of huge area here of this dark red. That is very above average temperatures. So definitely going to be a blowtorch October, especially for the central part of the country here. So definitely not some good news for winter weather lovers who are looking forward to the snow and cooler weather. Definitely not going to be happening anytime soon as of October. However, as you move into November, you can see we finally get some relief here on the eastern half of the country. Pretty much right around average, maybe a little bit above average. But again, definitely an improvement compared to how it was for October. Western half of the country, especially the southwest here, no relief at all. Going to be very hot for November, so maybe a little bit of a late start to fall here for the western half of the country. Northern half of the country, again, up here, you guys will be right around the average, maybe a little bit above average towards the western half of the area, but pretty much right around average. Now, finally, moving ahead to December here, definitely no good news in terms of temperatures. Look at these colors here. This is very, very above average. You even have a little shade of dark red here that is about 5 degrees above average for areas in Texas here. So definitely going to be a late start to winter in many places, especially in the southern United States. You might not see that cooler weather that you're used to maybe until January, even February at the latest. Now, obviously the temperatures are going to be lower than they are right now because it is fall, but definitely not going to be as cool as you're used to, especially here in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. This big red circle here. Areas in the Northeast, you guys might be the only area that really gets any relief. A little bit around average, maybe above average for parts of the month, but pretty much the entire country looks to be in a blowtorch for December and the start of winter. Now, as promised, I did say I was going to give you guys a little sneak peek into winter. So this is the temperature anomaly for January, and as you can see, pretty much the same as December. Still a big blowtorch here in the southern United States. Even worse, maybe a little bit than it was in December. You can see this really big area here of almost whitish color here. This is, again, 5 degrees above average for your temperature. However, the Northeast, you guys could be a little bit below average for January, but right around average on general. But other than the Northeast, pretty much the entire country for January is going to be above average, even very above average temperature wise for January. But do keep in mind, this is fairly far out. This is 5 months away from when I'm recording this video in August. So this is not set in stone 100%, and that's why I'm not putting out an official winter forecast just yet. But this is definitely going to just give you guys a general idea on what to expect for January. And with that being said, that is pretty much it for today's weather forecast video. As always, if you guys did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys do comment, I will try to give you a personalized forecast for your area. So just comment down below where you're from, and I'll try to give you guys as good of a forecast as I can for your area for fall. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and peace out.